Good afternoon once again. It's a pleasure to see you today. We're going to tell you about the new version of our software room endpoint solution, which is designed and dedicated to be used in the conferencing room environments. Small rooms, huddle rooms, medium-sized rooms, larger rooms, big auditoriums, and very large conference halls. So that solution is pretty versatile. And I'm really happy that today Maria will assist me to give you the update about the most recent release of Room software version 5.0. We will try to additionally give you some real demos of this product once we finish with the slides. And let's start. So Maria, hello.
So yeah, hello everyone. It is the long-awaited update of our software video conferencing endpoint. And actually we had the previous webinar dedicated to TrueConf Room last year. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, more than 1 year ago. As I remember, the previous version was the version number 4.3, and this version is the major update, version 5.0. So we decided to increment the version number because we have introduced the new library which lies behind that solution, which is unified library between our desktop and room applications. And because of the new set of features we have introduced into that new version. Before we proceed, let's shortly remind you what this solution is about, how it is positioned, and what features it has. First of all, it is a software solution. It is not a hardware appliance. It is not a set of specific hardware. It is a pure software solution, very similar to other solutions used by other video conferencing services like Zoom Rooms or Microsoft Teams Room System. But with key differences is that that solution is tailored and specifically developed to support TrueConf protocol and our infrastructure. That means it can be used in the fully autonomous environments. It can be on premises. That's really important. So you do not require any kind of connection to the cloud. It is absolutely secure. It is designed to be used in the private networks. Its only requirement is the ability to connect to TrueConf server. So we need TrueConf server to connect this software endpoint to it, and that's it. Once TrueConf server is connected, we can make calls to TrueConf server users, SIP and H323 endpoints, make calls to telephony subscribers, and reach federated users from another installations of TrueConf. So if you are running TrueConf server infrastructure for your mobile and desktop users, it is very natural way to introduce this software, TrueConf Room, to your conferencing rooms. This software is available as the distro, as the installer for both Windows and Linux environments, and most importantly Ubuntu. It is free to download. You can download it from our website. And that product is not new. Actually, the first version of TrueConf Room was released, Maria, do you know how long ago?
Unfortunately, no.
I believe
Maybe I'm too young for that.
It happened approximately 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
10 years ago, we decided that we need to create a solution specifically for Room because it is not very comfortable to use your mouse and keyboard to control room environment. So in room environments, we usually have remote controller, touch panels, and what is quite popular today, your smartphone. So your smartphone is the key to control the room you are located in at the moment. So that's the core idea behind that room solution. Let me remind you, on-premises installation, full support of TrueConf protocol. It doesn't speak SIP and H323 natively, that's important. It is fully secure and available from various operating systems. And it also supports all the features of our protocol, which are very high quality 4K conferencing, support for multiple conferencing modes, support for multiple screens, support for availability to display and receive multiple video streams. So this is something just unavailable on the side of legacy SIP-based codecs and endpoints. So this is a very advanced solution, which is also provide multiple ways to control it. You can see on the slide the typical control panel, which is opened on the PoE tablet. It is basically Android application, but the same interface could be accessed virtually from anywhere. I will show you in a moment. Let me share my screen. So here you can see the control panel of TrueConf Room. And that control panel could be displayed on a second screen or monitor connected over USB or HDMI to your computer. It could be a laptop screen. I'm sorry, I'm showing to you the main screen. Just a moment. Yep. Yes, now you can see the control panel. That control panel could be opened in the browser, on the laptop screen, on the second monitor. It could be accessed using special Android application. It is specifically designed to allow you to control your room equipment by simply tapping most important actions in every moment. So I can create a conference in a single click. Now we are in a conference. This is pretty straightforward, very easy to manage. Every user without special training can do that. However, in addition to that interface, we offer a very convenient way to control your room equipment by means of your personal smartphone, because every user in your company probably has a smartphone. So we can scan that code on the screen. This is the main screen of the codec. And we can scan that code or proceed to the link you can see below to access the control panel. So the same interface, but specifically designed for the smartphones with vertical orientation, is available behind that QR code. And every user who scanned the code the last one, will always have control because that user is located inside the room. So we trust people who are inside the room. So when we speak about room solutions, the person who is inside the room is basically the power user, the user of the solution, not administrator. For that we have a special privileges, but the user who can control it. Initialize calls, accept calls, mute the microphone, share the content. That's important. So you don't need to invest into specific equipment to control the room. You basically need to install this free piece of software on any computer. And after that, you can ask your users to use their smartphones to control it, to receive the calls, to access the calendar, to initialize calls, and to manage the conference, to manage participants, and many other things are available for both smartphone interface, desktop interface, and tablet interface, and special applications for Android. By the way, that Android application is bundled to the TrueConf Room solutions, and this control panel application, let me show you once again, is also available from the settings. I will open settings. If I go to About, you can see the Room Discovery application. Android application for managing TrueConf Room is bundled with it, so you can download it. So this is some basic overview of the solution control panel. So let me proceed with the slides. Just a moment. We almost finished with the introduction of TrueConf Room, and the scammer. So it's pretty straightforward. You need to use any computer. You need your smartphone to control the room equipment. You need TrueConf server to connect it to, and of course you need some peripherals. Actually, Maria, what kind of peripherals we do support?
Actually, we support all kinds of affordable AV peripherals.
May I ask you to check your microphone? Yeah, rotate it a little bit upper this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically all kinds of equipment which are recognizable by your PC system are fully supported. That means all USB cameras, all USB speakerphones, all capture cards, Type-C, USB, whatever. Any equipment you can connect to built-in computer interfaces like 3.5mm audio or microphone. It could be the capture card, internal or external. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, actually no limited screens. Usually a computer has at least 2 outputs for 2 screens, but some professional video cards, GPUs, they have at least 4 outputs, so we can use this solution on multiple screens. So it is pretty versatile. So you can use whatever you have in whatever environment you have to enable that space with conferencing capabilities. Next slide. Please pay attention that in addition to Windows and Ubuntu, we also do support the ARM-based machines. There are special applications like remote service, what is the correct word, like room. Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
This solution could be used to build your own kiosk application, which you can install anywhere to provide remote support for your customers, for your clients. It could be a retail store, it could be some other solutions. Actually, we have a special app for kiosk, which is called TrueConf Kiosk. It's basically the same application, but with different UI. But the idea is that the core part of that kiosk and room application is the same, and that core part is fully supported by ARM computers. So you can build your own codec using not PC with Intel or AMD CPU, but we can use for that very affordable ARM-based computers like Raspberry Pi, like NVIDIA Jetson, and there are many others which allow us to run Linux on it, which has access to screens and USB peripherals. So the codec itself, we don't care what it is. It could be $100 smaller ARM-based CPU. It could be the powerhouse with Intel latest generation CPU for gaming with very powerful GPU. We don't care. So we can use whatever you have to provide you very high quality video conferencing on the equipment you have and peripherals you have.
Thank you, Lev, for this overview. It was amazing. And as you can see, you can use any PC, any peripherals to equip your meeting room with the 4K video conferencing and do it in our ecosystem of our products.
Yeah, sorry for taking it so long for introduction for that product. So it's time, Maria, it's your turn. Please continue to finally tell us what new we have in the new version of TrueConf Room 5.0.
Yeah, now we are going to present all the new features that are brought with this release. And the first one we would like to tell you about is the content sharing using AirPlay wireless technology. So if you have any Apple device, you can stream your content to the meeting hosted on TrueConf server with the help of TrueConf Room. And actually, I suppose we are going to show you how it works a little bit later. But you can see in the slides that it is pretty simple just to enable this setting on your device, and the content will be streamed to the conference immediately.
Let's have a look on this new, very new feature for Apple devices. So the idea is that you walk into the room and you just swipe and send your content to the codec. It is very, very straightforward and very easy and convenient to do. Unfortunately, we are not able to offer similar seamless content sharing experience for Android users. For Android users, you still need to install TrueConf application and connect to the same meeting to share your screen. But for Apple devices, no need to join the same conference. You can just share your content directly to the TrueConf Room software. And TrueConf Room software is fully supported by Apple SDK. We implemented it, so now we can receive this type of content. So I will prepare this very short demonstration for you. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, I need to capture my screen. Okay, now you can see TrueConf Room conference, and I'd like to share the content to that conference. And for that, I need to take the iPad. I have iPad here. Here it is. So let me open the gallery photos, open photos, and I have some slides here, some images. So what I have to do to share my content, I'm in the conference room, and I need to send my content to the conference. So for that, I need to bring the menu, and I need to select mirror screen. And from there, unfortunately, it is not very clear for you, but believe me, there is a special string which is TrueConf Room 5.0, but actually it could be any name. You decide what name, how to name the specific room we are located in. It could be the Ruby room or Emerald room, whatever, where you are located. So I just click here, and my content is immediately being sent to the conference, and I can swipe through the slides, and you can see how it works. And the content is being delivered to the conference right from my iPad. My iPad is not inside the same conference, so it is just the device which is connected to the same corporate network, to Wi-Fi hotspot in my office, so I can share the slides using iPad. It could be done for the video content delivery as well, so I can play video files here. And we always optimize content for the resolution. So we give, when you share content, we give, including AirPlay, we give priority for the resolution, not frame rate. And please pay attention to that. When you are participating in a conference and you're speaking with other people, you're seeing their heads, we prioritize, we give priority for the frame rate. But when we share the content through the capture card, some other video sources or AirPlay, we give priority for the resolution. That's the idea. To stop the content sharing, I just need to bring the AirPlay menu once again and click again. So that's it. So the session is over. So pretty straightforward. It works out from the box. The only requirement is that you have to be, I will stop to share my screen just a moment. The only requirement is that the Apple device and TrueConf Room software have to be connected to the same network, because two devices learn about each other by means of the protocol called Bonjour. So it's basically a broadcast request sent over TCP network. So if they're not able to reach each other, the AirPlay magic will not work. So we have to be sure that you are connected not to LTE, but you have to connect to the corporate network, and the Bonjour packets have to be distributed and forwarded inside your network. But basically it works like that. Like for any other devices, the same technology. We have more viewers, you see? More people. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. We are happy to see you.
Indeed. Let's continue. We just covered AirPlay. Maria, what else? What else do we have?
I suppose we have one more slide about AirPlay.
Yeah, this one.
You can enable the password to protect your conference from any unnecessary content. So if you enable the password, the person who wants to share his or her content using the AirPlay technology should answer to your address.
This is specifically done to make sure that the person who is sharing the content to your room solution is located in the same room, because when you enable password protection, and we really recommend you to do so, the iPad or Apple device will ask you to enter 4 digits displayed on the screen. That's really important, and this way you can make sure that only people who are in the same room share the content, because otherwise some people from another location of your office, from the same network, that's important, could bomb your meeting and share some not very appropriate content to that meeting. So it could be done. So make sure that password is enabled. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Let's move forward. The new other feature is about the support for a new type of layout, which were previously added to our desktop solutions, which is called single view window. And the idea behind that conferencing mode is pretty straightforward. Sometimes we need to see the content full screen, no other people, just the content, or maybe some other video source. It could be some drawing, it could be a very high quality stream from a CCTV, surveillance camera, or looking over some construction yard, whatever. And we don't need to see smaller windows of other participants. So in the desktop application, we need just to double click, and the single window will take all the place, all the real estate of screen. However, what we've done with this release and what was previously available in our desktop application is that we created a very smart view how to tell you who is also speaking, presenting in the same conference. So we created a small widget. You can see it on the slide. And that small widget can be minimized and opened. When it is open, it shows you the small video of the active speaker person. So any person who is speaking not just has its microphone or her microphone enabled, but who is actively speaking, it will be displayed in that small window. However, when people are silent, you can see who are also present to that conference. They are located on the podium together with you, or they are pinned to the layout. So this is a pretty smart widget. And sometimes sometimes people are speaking without their camera enabled, so we can see who is speaking. The person name will be highlighted, and actually some animation will play, so you can make sure on the screen of your room solution who is speaking, even if you're focused on a very large scale content, some very important content with a lot of details, but you will see who is speaking, who is giving comments, who is trying to answer your questions. So you are not, you still have the feedback, which is really, really important. This is how it looks like. So we have a conference, and we have someone who has the camera disabled or not being presented in the layout at the moment. Still, that small widget will display who is speaking. This is a very new, and this is something just not available in SIP and H323 endpoints, because the legacy standards doesn't support this feature. But now protocol was available in desktop application for my mobile application. Now we bring the same feature, this smart widget, to the room solution as well. So this is a very powerful tool to make sure that you understand what's going on, who is speaking with you while you are sitting in a room. Okay, Maria, what else? What else new features we have?
Let's move to the next slide. So along with the features that was covered by Lev within speakers and single window layout, we also added some kind of brightness and beauty to the conference layout, and now it is possible to set the colored frame to highlight the active speaker, and you can adjust the color in the settings. You can choose any you want, and also you can adjust the spacing between the video windows in the layout.
Well, actually, we have more branding features in that release. Maria, please, that's interesting. Please go on.
Yeah, other new branding features on the slide, and you can see that now you can adjust the layout with some pictures, logos, branding images, and there are two versions or variants of such images. It can be a logo, so you can put a logo anywhere you want. It can be below or above the speakers in the layout, and also you can set the custom.
The logo is always above.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
So background is always below the video layout, and the logo is always above the video layout. That's how it is done.
Yeah, sorry, my fault. And also you can set the background image, custom one.
I'd like to remind you that those settings they're not for users. Those settings are for the administrator, the IT personnel, the IT guy who manage that room. So those settings can be done remotely or on site using the touch panel. But once they're done, the interface is locked. So the regular user will not be able to broke something and change the branding, the corporate logo, or the logo of your organization. Sometimes it is very important for government organizations to have their logo above the layout, because they broadcast, they record the sessions, which can be later be used by TV or some other training sessions. So it is important to have branding there. So now we have those branding features. Again, very similar to desktop applications, but they are just available inside the room solution, and you can do whatever you want. We will show you how it works right after the slide deck. So we go through the slide deck. Once we finish with the slides, we will have some other demo sessions. Okay, Maria?
Yeah. So there are cases when you use several screens or monitors.
And we recommend you to have at least 2 screens, by the way. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting you. That's always better.
So we recommend you using several monitors, several screens during the conference, and split the speaking persons and content among them. So now we have the special feature which allows you to automatically transfer windows with active speakers or windows window with the content to the second or any additional screen. And you can see how it looks like on the slides. So we see the vertical orientation, which is now supported in TrueConf Room, similar to our desktop client applications. And the second screen displays the content that is being shared during the conference.
Please also pay attention that we now fully support the vertical layouts. That's enabled automatically if more than half of participants of the conference are sending to the conference the vertical video, of course from their mobile phones, but sometimes mobile phones are rotated and they send horizontal video. But if we see more people in the layout with vertical videos, the application and the room solution now will use a special set of layouts to better fill up the real estate of your screen with vertical videos like you see on the screen. And as Maria said, now we can designate a specific screen for the content. And actually, we can also set another one, let's say third monitor, third screen for the active speaker. So that's very similar to Zoom Rooms and other solutions. So you could have the main layout on the main window, the content on a second window, and the active speaker on the third window. Or it could be just a second screen, which actually used for both content and active speaker. So the room solution will actually highlight what's going on. So you just sit in a room and you have two screens, and the second screen will highlight the content, the active speaker. So you will always know who is delivering the content and who is speaking to you. You don't need to pay attention for the rectangular frame about the active speaker. Just have a look on it. That's why we recommend to have at least two screens. And actually, all computers now support two screens. Laptops, they have the main laptop screen, an additional HDMI output or Type-C output. PCs, all of them also always have both HDMI, Type-C or DisplayPort outputs we can use to build two-screen solution for rooms. That's basically the difference is the cost of the second TV, and the second TV are quite affordable today. So we always recommend to have two screens. Another thing is more subtle, more difficult to catch it, but it is quite important. So the idea is that now we treat differently the content sources and video sources. This is something was previously done for desktop application. Now we bring the same function to the room solution. So if you have a content source, and actually the content could be anything, slides, presentations, the content from the capture card, let's say your laptop connected to it. It could be some remote screen sharing solutions like Barco, ClickShare, whatever. So you basically set as in the settings of TrueConf Room, you have to select the source of the content, the capture card, some other sources, it could be camera pointed to the flip chart. It could be also a content. So for the content source, whatever the source is, we now do the different type of encoding of video. When we do video encoding, the talking heads like me and Maria today, we give priority for the frame rate. However, when we share the content from room solution, we give priority to resolution, not frame rate, because we need to preserve all the details, all the smaller fonts, all the cells in the big tables, some smaller details in a big drawing like CAD drawing for some complicated stuff, whatever. And that's really important. So when the connection quality is not ideal, when the bandwidth is limited, the content will not suffer in terms of resolution. The content will become less frequently updated. The frame rate will drop. The frame rate could be as low as 1 frame per second, but still we will do our best to maintain the quality of the content. While in the same time, your video will be under the same circumstances with the limited bandwidth. Your video will have the less resolution, but it will try to preserve the frame rate to make your life. And that's a big difference. Now that feature is fully introduced to the TrueConf Room solution as well. We also added support for, let's say, it is now possible to receive additional information for federated users. So if you know the full TrueConf ID of the user from remote location, it could be another server within the holding of structure of your company, which has a separate IT department which manages separate TrueConf server. Still, you can enable federation between those installations. This is a default feature of our customers, so it's very easy to do. But now, TrueConf Room control panel will be able to display the status, display the avatar, display the profile, all the fields which are visible for external servers will be visible inside your control panel. So it basically makes it much easier to invite to your conference sessions the federated users from remote servers and actually see who are they are, how they look like, and are they available, are they online or offline or whatever. And you can save them in your address book and later call them back. So that's also a new feature, the federation discovery. Maria, the next one?
Yeah. So now it is possible to send the reaction during the conference if you want to add something, but you are not on the podium with the disabled microphone, for example, or anything else. So a participant sends a reaction and it is automatically put to the beginning of the list of the conference participants. So he or she is displayed at the top of the list. And the moderator immediately can see who wants to add something and to invite this participant to share his or her opinion.
Does it mean that the people who raise their hand will be visible in top of the list?
Yeah, that's right. So they are automatically put to the top.
That's convenient. Okay, another important thing most of our customers don't know is the called room service. It is basically a system service, which is installed inside your operating system. It is not an application. It is basically a different application, but it controls a special service. And we covered that service in our previous webinars for room solution, but I'd like to pay attention because it is very, very important. Sometimes the room application is being closed. Sometimes the PC where the room solution is installed could be rebooted, restarted, powered off, turned on again, whatever. And that actually could break the room conferencing experience, because the next user who get into the room don't know how to use the solution. He don't see the room, he don't see the control panel because the room application is not running. That's a problem that will definitely require assistance and attention from the IT personnel, and we really don't want the IT personnel to be bothered by such small issues. For that, we decided to create a special room service, and plain simple idea behind that service is that it makes sure that room application with proper configuration is always available. So whatever happened to the room application, that server will track it. If the application is closed, if it is not running, it is not open, whatever, it will automatically open it. And most importantly, it will preserve the configuration. So we like to make sure that that screen is used for video, that screen is used for the control panel, that screen is used for the content. We need to authenticate using specific user, and all those settings are selected in that application. And whatever happened, power off, you reboot computer, application just finished unexpectedly, the room service will automatically restart it with your configuration. So you don't need to visit every conference room, every conference space. That room service will automatically restore the default configuration for the peripherals, for the application for room management and everything. So you don't need to worry about it. That's quite powerful and really, really important. It basically converts the regular PC, even that piece, this exactly piece, it converts the regular PC into the appliance, into the video conferencing endpoint, because it makes sure that users, they don't see anything else. They don't see the operating system interface. They see the control panel where they expected to see, and it just works. To make sure that everything just works. So in connection with that room service, we have some new features. And the first one is the period of activity. Maria.
So now you can set your working days and hours, so in the working days and hours of your conference room for configuring the screen activity period. So now you can make your TrueConf Room sleep if you want to disable it for some period of time. And it is done in the TrueConf service add-in. So please pay attention that this setting can be configured in our special add-in.
I'd like to point out that that settings dictates the operating system that we can release the screens, we can release the monitors. And when the period of inactivity begins, the system can turn off the screens, because in every operating system, Ubuntu, Debian, or Windows, we have a special setting, like the monitor goes off or goes to sleep after some period of inactivity. However, when TrueConf Room application is still running, the operating system will never disable the screen, and the screen will be enabled. So probably you have seen many times, like you go along the office buildings and in some conferencing room screens are light up, they continue to work. That's not good for screens and not good for our electricity and the nature, etc. So once you select the period of activity, the screens will go off after that period automatically. The application will be running. If someone will try to call you, it will receive the call, but screens will off. That's important. And the last feature added to that release is quite complicated, but very, very essential. The nature of our architecture and nature of our applications is that we are only able to send one video stream and one content stream to the conference. However, inside the conference, there is no limits for the number of content streams. It could be hundreds of them, whatever. But for Room solution, it is very important to send from your Room equipment both simultaneously your camera video and, let's say, your laptop from the capture card, from HDMI cable or ClickShare device. So now we fully added support for this scenario. We call this additional video stream, but basically it is a dual video or lifetime video, whatever. The idea is that when you join the conference and the content stream is active, the TrueConf Room application will send the second video stream from that content source to the conference. Or it could be not a content source, it could be second camera. For example, we'd like to have the overview of the conference room from one camera, white lenses camera, and you'd like to have a second PTZ camera which tracks the active speakers. So now you can send to the conference both video streams to highlight the speaker and to show all the other participants from different sources. And it is important only for the meetings which is held on TrueConf server, because TrueConf server supports multiple videos for the conference, and we can see multiple videos to the conference. We don't need to mix them into the single video, so we can display on the receiving side, on the other party side, separately both videos, and any TrueConf user can enlarge and make larger the one screen, one source, main source, source number one, or second video source or content source from TrueConf Room appliance. This is pretty convenient, and we will show you in the demo how it works. So that was the last feature for that release 5.0, and we still have some time to show you how it actually works. So let's start with the things we missed. We just showed to you the AirPlay. We showed you the control panel. So let's go back and see some basic stuff like conference management and branding. So for that, I will start to share my slides. I need to share my content. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so now you can see the control panel. So let's create a new conference. That's pretty straightforward. I just click here. So that's it. We now in a conference. And if I need to invite more people to the conference, I just click here, add participants, and I can search through all the users from my company, from Active Directory, from TrueConf server. Some other sources can also be added. I need to select people. And they will be added to the conference. We have called some colleagues. Marina, hello. And now we have a conference. I will show you. So now we can see the layout for the conference. I will change my screen. So now you can see how the conference looks like on the main screen of the Room solution. Hello, Alina, hello, Marina. And that's pretty straightforward. We can change layouts, we can do whatever we want. The priority window will highlight who is speaking at the moment according to our settings. So we can manage the list of participants, We can add participants from other systems. For example, we can add SIP equipment. So, by the way, let's check, will it work or not? Let's make a call to Zoom session. So this is how it looks on my control panel, just a moment. So I have the control panel for participants on that screen, so I can manage all the participants. I can drop someone. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. I can manage the layout. I can manage my content, camera controls, conference settings. I can even adjust layouts for the participants and do some other things. So that was the basic functions of that solution. So I will end this conference. So the new feature is about branding is located here. I go to the conference settings, and I can select the customized frame for the active speaker, and most importantly, I can add the branding thing. It's not here. Where it is? I think it is here. Yes. So now we have a branding thing. So I will disable the logo, and I will disable the background. So if I start a new conference, I will show it to you. I need to add some other participant. Just a moment. So we can see the default background of the application. If I change the setting, and let me change the background, I can upload the custom background. Oops, not this one. Yep, I need to restart the conference. Okay. So now I just changed the background for some slide from other presentation, and it is branded. We can also use the same tool to add the logo. So I will add the logo. Just a moment. I will show you the settings. So I go to the main screen, and now I can change the logo. So I can upload some logo. And that logo will be displayed immediately in the corner of the application. So let us check. It's already done. So you can see in the left bottom corner, we just uploaded the logo of the company, which is displayed above all the layouts and on the main screen of the application, even if we put the solution to sleep. Okay, so let's go back to the meeting. So another new feature is about the ability to assign second screen for content exclusively or for the active speaker exclusively. For that, we also go to the settings. This time, we're not going to the main screen. This time, we go to the conference settings. And here we have to select which screen we need to use for the active speaker and which screen we need to use for the content. So I will use screen number 1 for the content, and screen number 2, active speaker will be displayed on screen number 1, and the content will be displayed on screen number 2. And if the content is not presented, the system will automatically decide which participant to display there, so it will not feel empty, don't worry. And so once done, I need to create a new conference, and I will show you what's going on in the conference. Just a moment, I create a new conference. I will let my colleague Marina to assist me. Yes, Marina is connected. Just a moment. Now I will switch to another screen to show you what's going on. So Okay, this is the screen we assigned for the content, the main screen. So Marina, could you please share the content? So now the screen is fully dedicated for the content and nothing else, because we selected that screen to be used exclusively for the content. However, we still have another screen which is used by the application. So in the same, Marina, thank you. Could you please stop the content sharing? When the content sharing is stopped, we see the conference once again. So this is how it looks like. If I stop the conference, just a moment, thank you. I will go to the settings. So I, for example, don't want to highlight active speaker on the layout and only leave the content for the specific monitor. So that means that the active speaker will be highlighted in a main layout on the main screen, and the content will always be displayed on the second screen. So there are many settings which can be differently set according to your requirements, and those settings are done by IT personnel, not by users. So they are not available for regular user, they're only available for administrator of the room endpoint, room software. So this way you can fully utilize multiple screens in your conference room and decide what to display on every screen. And in meantime, you can also control the layout manually during the conference sessions. That's also a very new, interesting feature.
Thank you, Lev, for the demos. Actually, all the features are very user-friendly and convenient for administrators to make your meeting experience fully advanced and professional.
We actually have the last feature to show you, the two video streams sent to the conference, like that dual video mode. For that, I need to, once again, to share my screen. I will open the room service. Just a moment. That's the room service. And I need to enable the new feature for dual video, which is called additional video stream here. So what's going to happen? Once I click here, the room application will restart, and it will actually open the copy of itself on a second screen. And we will be able to, when we join any conference, actually two video streams will be sent to that conference. Not just us, but two of us, two cameras, if we have two cameras. So I will enable that. I press OK. The TrueConf Room application is being restarted on both screens. So let me show you it's being restarted on another screen. Yeah, so you can see it is being restarted on every screen. And that's another screen. So the application is now ready for use. I'm going back to the control panel. Control panel. So this is the control panel. So now, if we start a conference, two videos will be sent to the conference from our endpoint. I have a special new button here where can I select the video source for the second stream. In this case, I have some virtual camera, but I'd like to use our main camera. So yeah, now both applications will use the same camera. Just click here, that's it, and close it. So if I start a new conference, the two videos will be sent to the conference. So let me show you. So this is how the room endpoint main screen looks like. So now we have two, it's actually the same camera, but now we have two videos being sent to the conference. Actually, I should see three of us. But anyway, so TrueConf Room solution, once this feature is set up, we can always send the second video stream to the conference, and it could be configured that the second stream will only be sent that if the content stream is present. For example, if some HDMI laptop is connected to the capture card. So it is quite versatile. So we can send the second video stream always if it is a camera, or we can send the second video stream only if the content is enabled. So it can be done in the settings, which I just showed to you. So this is not very straightforward, but it works. And we can send multiple videos to the conference with that new release 5.0. Theoretically, it is possible to send more video streams, let's say 3, 4, 5, to the same conference from 5 different cameras. However, that requires the more powerful computer, because we need to encode and send to the conference multiple videos. But actually, that's a very big step forward for us, because for regular desktops, that's not very convenient. You don't have multiple videos from your desktop, but for room and kiosk application and specific telemedicine applications, that's important, because now we can send from a single computer automatically, we can send to the conference multiple videos. Let's say some dashboards, some flip chart video, overview of the room, some content sources, whatever, in addition to the main camera video. That's how it is done. You just start the conference and we send multiple videos. So let's end this conference. And we are back. That was the last feature to show you in that demonstration. So if you have any questions, it is right time to ask them. We don't see any questions. We don't have.
Everything is clear.
I hope so.
Thank you for joining us today. We will send you the presentation and the recording of this webinar. So please check your email, and also the recording will be posted on our YouTube channel. Feel free to join us in our social media. We are always in touch with you. Let's stay tuned.
Maria, you said everything. Yeah, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure to see you guys, and feel free to download the free version of TrueConf Room solution and give it a try in your room spaces, inside your room environment. And if you have any feedback, send it to our community. And we wish you a pleasant day. Be safe, and see you soon in our new series of webinars this September. So
thank
have
you,
a nice
Lev.
day. Bye-bye.
It was very informative. Bye.
Thank you, Maria.